What's up, BC? Cheers to you. A little red stripe for you. Nothing too crazy. The single beer of the night. About to lay it down. I figure I was about due to check in with the vinyl community. I've been watching a lot of these thread videos. Haven't had a chance to participate in them. But super thrilled with all the positivity in these hard times. Everyone supporting each other and doing each other's... more or less just keeping their minds occupied during this time of stress. Super easy to be stressed out. As a chef, I'm doing everything to keep things sanitary, be safe, be responsible, not spread disease, but not have the restaurant collapse. I know dozens of people out of jobs. Restaurants are closing left and right. There are literally hundreds of thousands of people in America out of work in the service industry. So I feel blessed, even though things are a little tough for me right now. Counting my blessings better than a lot of people that do what I do. So let's get after that. No need to dwell on the negative. And then also, I'm pretty sure it's just in your face all the time. So I don't think everyone wants to hear about the coronavirus right now. So that being said, the topic for tonight is mostly surf and drag. You know, when you think of surf and drag, you're going to think a lot of comps like this. I showed this comp once upon a time for Dan Dotson Loops. I did a video where I made people cry. I apologize. But music I like, or whatever it was, this is some months ago. I showed surf and drag. I've acquired more recently. And, you know, sometimes you hit things in a rhythm. Like, you don't even mean to, but you're just stumbling the psych. You're finding all the soundtracks you've been trying to look for, you just couldn't find. And then maybe you're just hitting someone just bought a collection of, like, funk and soul and R&B. Or maybe you're finding your jazz finds. I've been on that little streak with surf and drag. And so it started with my lady right now is on quarantine. She hasn't been around. I'll see her Sunday for the first time in a while. People, if you know you're really sick, how about don't go to work? So my chick had a coworker who was violently sick, came to work and exposed himself to everyone. So looking forward to seeing my lady again. But once upon a time, we went to Charlotte and Noble Records. And so this is one that just eluded me. For whatever reason, all the surf and drag I have, Jane and Dean, the Beach Boys, the standard stuff, this is just one that has eluded me for no particular reason in any way whatsoever. So, super clean jacket, so I can't be mad at that. Someday, I haven't even dropped needle on this. Some goodies I've gotten at Noble Records, I know I still haven't made that video. I want to do it with my chick, I just don't. We went shopping together, so I want to make the video with her as well. So, I found some really cool stuff at Noble Records. This isn't the Peaceful Resistance, but outside of being one of the dirtiest records in the history of the world. So, I will say at Noble Records, the stuff that was more desirable was definitely cleaned, but that most certainly was not the most important record in the world, but it means something to me. So it looks like it has some fairly minimal scratches, and like say, outside of being absolutely disgusting filthy, just offensively filthy, it looks like the scratches are minimal. Hopefully it cleans well and plays nice, but a lot of the stuff I have already. A random tidbit, I've had people ask me, it's like, dude, and now Google should be able to answer your questions for you, but I've asked, like, I was at a shop, talking to a record shop or whatever, and someone was like, hey dude, how come you find Shutdown Volume 2, but you never find Volume 1? It doesn't exist. This is the first of 3 albums in 1964, if I'm not mistaken, and this is Shutdown Part 2, so Volume 2 goes with Part 2, the track, because Volume 1, or the original song, just Shut Down, is off of this iconic album. I figure I pulled this one. I got this in Nashville some time ago, a repress. Super clean. This is now my player, and I was happy to have it as a player anyways. Yeah, this is just giant, thick, like 200 gram black wax. But, Snowy, up in Canada, sent me an OG, but I just showed this, because I just grabbed this one because it shows super clean. So this little Deuce Coupe, the start of side 2 is Shut Down, and so this would be the album that precedes Shut Down Volume 2. So there is no Volume 1 and I don't know why, because the song isn't called Volume 2, it's called Part 2, and the album isn't called Shut Down Part 2. Anyways, weird things that come along with collecting early Beach Boys, and I do enjoy Pet Sounds and latter Beach Boys, and some people dismiss Jane and Dean Beach Boys, early Beach Boys, surf and drag era Beach Boys, but I really do enjoy it. And one thing you might stumble into, and this gets misfiled a lot of times under Beach Boys, I've seen it in multiple record stores, going along the lines of comps. This is a cool comp if you ever see it. This is not a fresh find, but I just figured I'd pull it out. It's the Beach Boys, the Cheers, the Super Stocks, more of the Cheers, Jimmy Dolan, Hot Rod Race, Cheater Slicks by the Super Stocks, some cool stuff. Slightly deeper cuts in the realm of surf and drag. And if you can't tell by the album cover, this is definitely more in the drag realm of surf and drag. So what else is new? All these, like I say, dating back to what really kicked it off is I got lucky at Noble Records, and I found something that just eluded me, and then I stumbled some other things. Until recently, this is the only Dick Dale I had. It's a repress. I'm fond of this memory because, you know, you get VCLT and you think of your friends every single time you get VCLT. But then there's other records that become synonymous with friends in the VCLT. So I already had this Dick Dale. And I discovered Randy Dead Wax 66 because Dick Dale died and he made a homage video. And that's how I discovered his channel, through something morbid. Something beautiful came out of it. And I joined in on his live streams. And we enjoy shooting the breeze along with a handful of other people in the vinyl community. They're regulars, and a plethora of others that tune in frequently as well. But until recently, this is the one I had. So I got this new, busted the line right here. It's still in the shrink, good condition, happy to have it. This is the one that eluded me, and I was about to grab a repress, and I finally found Surface Choice. This everyone knows Dick Dale from Miserlou, and he was on it's the iconic surf riff for Pulp Fiction, Quentin Tarantino movie. Please tell me I don't have to describe or go enlighten anyone on Pulp Fiction. I mean, watch a movie. But anyways, I finally landed this one, and I guess I'll pull this out. I'm not trying to eat up too much time with this 5 fresh finds. But you don't see this Deltone label every single day. So I have dropped a needle on this. The hardest scratch is in the dead wax. There's some light scuffs from pulling out of the sleeve. I haven't even really given this a good clean. I just gave it a wipe, and this plays beautifully. So super happy with this one. For whatever reason, it's eluded me for a long time, and I found it here in Greenville at Horizon Records. Happy with that. So also within this realm of receiving something, I ordered something a little bit before or in the middle of all this. Our friend Brett at Pearls Before Swine. Good dude, chill guy, right? So he had a video some time ago where I think he was showing mostly Prog. He said, I think the video was called like "This Guy Sells Prog" or whatever. And he showed some stuff, and he also mentioned that he had a eBay. He was selling on eBay. He sent a link, so I was like, let me check it out. Let me support a friend in the vinyl community. So this is a quick break from surf and drag, so I'll be quick about it. And I found a bunch of I'm on Duel and a bunch of other stuff, so I'm probably going to get proggy splash or tinge of psychedelic prog in the near future. But this is like 70, 71-ish UK prog, so I'm not going to get too deep into this. This is the repress. It's clean. I copped it. I'm getting to a point with this. This Simondi, I already have Lunchbox Records. Some time ago, Dust and I went to go see Iron Maiden. We stopped at Lunchbox. I found an OG of this gatefold on Janus. Jacket in pretty good condition. Outside it has a terrible notch, but it's a white label promo. It's stupid clean. And I was like, you know what? I'll buy a player, and maybe this will just end up as VCLT because I love this album. It's on blue. Hard to tell here, but this is barely translucent. And so I got the Simondi. This is British soul funk, 72-ish. No need to look. I'm pretty sure this is circa 72. If I'm off, I'm off by a year, but one way or another, right? So those two records are what led me to the next. So, let me interrupt myself. This is what I was going to play in the background. I got this in Asheville with my lady. This is the Ripcords. This is the Rare Albums to Find. One of their rare albums. This is mono. First press. Stupid clean. I've shared in the past. I'll avoid the label. It just is what it is. This is the more common Randy and the Ripcords that you find. And that's what I was going to play in the background because I figured there's not too much chance of me getting popped with that one. A little bit deeper cuts. You start playing the Beach Boys, you might get flagged. But Brett, in addition to those two early 70s albums that are completely unrelated to Surf and Drag, the reason I kind of tie and put a pretty bow on this and continue in this is he sent me his CD, which is playing right now. And to be honest with you, with all the music I've acquired recently and having a little free time, mostly I'm watching more videos about vinyl records and actually listening to vinyl records because so many of my friends have VC videos and straight up, and I subscribe to so many people. I got a dozen plus new videos a day coming to my feed. So I apologize if some of you guys, I haven't been communicating with you as much as I'd like to. I mean, it's pretty nuts. People got free time. I got allergies, so talking too long, I'm going to be clearing my throat. I apologize. This is pretty rad music. I won't lie. I just float past it. If I didn't enjoy it, I just give it a shout out. This is really dope. It opens up with 8-stack, which if you don't know is a custom fuel injection kit you'd see on like the old school gassers and hot rods and dragsters back in the day. But Surf Days, Spider-Man, things that you'd recognize. But dude, this is really freaking cool. So this is Brett playing some music with, if I'm not mistaken, his brother. It says right here, Braden Riddell and Brett Riddell. So Brett plays guitars, drums, vocals, bass. And dude, the vocals are simple. It's surf and drag, beach music. Not beach like Carolina shag, if anyone knows about shag music, that's completely different. But vocals are clean and simple, and they don't ruin the songs, and they're enjoyable, but they don't have to be overly complex. He didn't fuck it up. I really enjoyed this. When I was getting that before I start rambling as I do. Of all this music I've acquired, just rapid amount lately I'm trying to get to, listening and get some just downtime to chill. I've listened to this CD straight up 3, 4, 5 times. This is probably like my 5th go round while it's playing in the background right now. Bro, you did a good job on that one. Really enjoy it. And so the last thing, just a happenstance, all this randomness. Some time ago, Chris, the blues guy up in Canada, another Canadian, super good dude. If you don't know him, kind of the there's a lot of jazz pundits in the VC, and a lot of people very knowledgeable, have a lot of information. But there's some music that kind of gets pushed to the back burner. Unfortunately, it's a little bit more obscure. I don't think a lot of people give blues the respect it deserves. It's not my go-to, but there's a lot of people that just don't vibe with the blues in any way whatsoever. My dad was definitely pro blues. I grew up in a house with Lead Belly. I saw B.B. King with my dad. Blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Elmore James was just on my needle was on Elmore James like 2 days ago. I'm about that, right? So I checked with my buddy Chris, and I'm active on his channel. He's a good guy. And he hit me up some time ago, asked me for my email address, right? So we corresponded, and then he asked me for my my mailing address. So I didn't think anything about it. I broke it off. We had a brief back and forth via email, and then it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. And so a little bit of time goes by, and I receive in the mail, first letter abbreviated, last name. I wasn't familiar with his last name. And you're like, what could this be? Otherwise, I would have opened it up on camera. Same way, like, I didn't expect this VCLT. I ordered something from Brett, so I just thought I was getting an email package. I knew what it was. That's why I didn't open it on camera. But so, he sent me a note, which obviously I don't have because I'm never prepared for anything. But some kind words, super positive as he is. And they said something like, I know you like this type of music. I thought you'd appreciate it. And so, tying back into this, but kind of out of order, is Dick Dale. So I went from one to the grail I was kind of looking for within Dick Dale. And the other one, I was like, well, dude, I'm going to grab this on repress. This was going to be the next one I was going to buy. This checkered flag one right here, too, is desirable if anyone finds that. This is a repress as well. A lot of this has been repressed now. But this is dope stuff. It's super clean. It's like 180, and I pulled this one out because it's almost like reminiscent of the Uni label. This thing sounds awesome. This is one that I've had a chance to listen to. I think Sundays, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't just speak out of my ass. No, this is Sundays. Got some Ronettes and the Crystals and things along that lines, the soul doo-wop girl group era stuff. I think Sundays does a pretty good job on their represses. I don't hear too many complaints, and everything I've ever gotten, it's always usually pretty clean. Stiff cardboard, hard corners, thick wax, deep grooves. Pretty happy with that. I don't have the highest high fidelity stereo to hear the most subtle nuances, but I think Sundays does a good job. And I'm super pleased to have this. Look at the freaking charger on this motherfucker, this 871 blower. That bird catcher right there is going to suck up a seagull. But, yeah, stupid happy to have this. You nailed it, Chris. That's super awesome and generous. Really nice. And along with that repress, which I have no hang-ups, I'm not saying repress like it's a dirty word. I know some people are anti-repress. I just want to own the music. That's really what it is. I'm a collector of music. If I can hunt and stumble into the nicest copies possible, then I'll do so, but I don't really have too many hang-ups. But this is OG. The Safaris. That's pretty dope, man. It has a discreet hole punch, but the back jacket is white. And, white, old school, that's going to pick up the wear. You can see how light the wear is on the white side. So you're definitely aware how clean it is on the color side. Pretty clean. This Decca label isn't an everyday thing. The lightest of surf scratches. I listened to both of these. They play and sound great. And I'm very appreciative. This one right here has been eluding me. I think it's been repressed now, though. I wonder if this is Sundays as well, or maybe a Decca replace. But this Hit City 64, the Safaris, is a pretty cool one. But you might know stuff on that, such as covers a Little Deuce Coupe. And it's kind of like the old Motown stuff, where a lot of these people played each other's music. But Louie, Little Deuce Coupe's on there, and so Sugar Shack. Anyways, Earthquake, instrumentals. I found some other stuff recently, like the Challengers repress. I didn't want to start pulling out stuff I've all shown in the past and going backwards. I know I've shown some of these, and Dan's Dots and Loops had a contest some time ago about show stuff you like that other people might not like. I know some people don't give a shit about cars in this world, and that's totally fine, but I ended up telling a story about my dad, and some people cried, so sorry about that. If you want to go backwards and have a tear, you're going to have expectations, so you're probably just going to be cold-hearted to it, and who cares? But I'm rambling because I do that. I haven't yapped in a while on the VC, so good to do so today. I wish everyone good health and happiness. Everyone take care, be safe, and just remember, this will pass. And if you're seeing this in the future and it's already gone by, just be thankful that we're in better times, and don't forget when it was worse. Love y'all. Take care. Be safe. Hang 10.